Good morning. I'm Sister Maureen O'Brien, a Sister of Charity of Seton Hill, a proud alum of Seton Hill, and I currently serve the university as Vice President for Mission and Identity. I'm happy to welcome you to the first in a series which we have titled Mission Moments. It's our desire to share with you the rich legacy of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, the first native-born American saint, and her daughters, the Sisters of Charity of Seton Hill, the founders of our university. And joining me for this inaugural reflection is Elizabeth herself. This day, March 26, 2020, is circled on the Seton Hill calendar as the occasion on which our community, along with many Sisters of Charity, typically gathers for our annual Lunch with Liz program. This program began many years ago, an inspiration of Dr. Kathy Junta, currently a professor in the business department, to help our community learn more about the life and legacy of Elizabeth Seton and the Sisters of Charity, and how their spirit lives on at Seton Hill. Today's program has been in the planning for many months. The title, which the organizers determined, Elizabeth Seton, Woman of Purpose, Persistence, and Providence. These three virtues were present throughout the entirety of Elizabeth's life. As a child, a wife, a mother, as a widow following the death of her husband, William, and her struggle to survive prejudice following her conversion to the Catholic faith, and moving to Baltimore at the invitation of Archbishop John Carroll to establish a school for young women, rich and poor. The founding of a religious community of women, survival in the wilderness of Emmitsburg, the loss of children and those closest to her. How did she do it? Elizabeth never lost her sense of purpose. She remained focused on the task before her, persistent in spite of what appeared to be insurmountable odds, relying always on the providence of God. She would say, "Sweet is the providence that overrules us." Those same values are mirrored in the life of Mother Aloysia Lowe and the small band of sisters who accompanied her from Cincinnati in 1870 to minister in western Pennsylvania, Altoona, and then to Greensburg. It was no easy task to purchase the property which is now our Seton Hill, to build a mother house, to guide the community of women who came to join Aloysia in establishing this new enterprise. They were women of purpose who persisted, always relying on the providence of God. We can never forget the indefatigable spirit of the founders of Seton Hill College, Mother Mary Joseph, Sister Francesca Brownlee, familiar names to all of us. We celebrated and honored them throughout our centennial year in 2018. That spirit has lived and carried us through these 102 years as we have moved from college to university, from an institution of women to a co-ed institution, along with all of the growth that's taken place in recent years, never losing sight of our purpose to educate and to prepare young women and men to transform that world in which they are destined to live. And that brings us to today, as our world and our community at Seton Hill deals with the challenges of a pandemic which we face on a daily basis. Our administration, faculty, staff, and our students are facing challenges which we could never have imagined just a few months ago. Can we look to Elizabeth Seton, to our founders, to model for us those values of purpose, persistence, and providence which supported them through difficult times with a spirit of hope and resilience? Elizabeth Seton often said to her young community, "Keep your hearts high. Let all be in the providence of God." Might she be saying those same words to us today? I wish you God's peace and safety and the promise of the prayers of the Sisters of Charity and the Seton Hill community as we hazard yet forward through the uncharted waters of our day. God bless all of you.